Record.
Coming to you with the high resolution that is the built-in camera of the computer, lit by the outside of Missouri.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. My eyes look extra light.
Oh, they do.
Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions.
Today is my first late call time on the movie because it's a night shoot, so I don't have to go in until like 12:30 or something. And I would like to start, and we can kibitz for a little bit, but I'd like to start today's episode with a confession.
Whoa. You're going to start with one? Okay. Let's do it now.
File it under the category of you don't learn. And I think this is going to send shockwaves through the Ask Iliza Anything community because this is a deep cut. So unless you are well versed with our annals, this may not mean to you what it will mean to the tens of other listeners.
Okay.
Everything's been great. We're shooting a movie. Everybody's great. And a few days ago, and then long story short, we had like an intimacy scene a few days ago. And I was nervous because I wanted to look great. So like I went into like a caloric deficit for like 2 days, and I kind of wasn't, you're nervous, you're not really sleeping, whatever. And I just kind of, the other day I realized like, that scene was a while ago. I was like, I haven't pooped. Like everything was fine and I haven't. I think I like messed myself up. So yesterday I was like, I have another scene where who knows what you're going to see. And I was like, I probably want to feel kind of flat-tummied for this. I was like, I should probably poop just for health reasons. What's something I could do
No.
to make me to do that?
No.
Pick up a box of that old faithful Kashi Go Lean Crunch. And I will tell you, because I lived it, I used it responsibly. I ate one little cup. No problem.
You were medicating yourself with Kashi.
It's like, no, I do drugs, but I do it responsibly. So I took one cup, ate it up, did the job. I was like, great. Like, but part of me was like, but was it enough? Because that's not that much poop for, a few days. And I guess I don't eat that much, but okay. So a little bit later in the day, we had a scene, kind of went till like 7. So I helped myself to another cup. And maybe it was an extra helping. Maybe it was a big portion.
Is there milk in there or just you're eating it dry like it's pills?
I did both.
Oh.
I took a couple big bites just out of the box, and then I ate it with the milk. And then I went home to my room, and I had my sad salad, and I got into bed kind of early. And it was like roiling, like my stomach was being carpet bombed by gas. And I was just, there's nothing I could do. I couldn't go to the bed. I was just laying in bed. It's my first night where I could sleep in. And I have the nerve to even check the clock to see what time it was. And I'm just laying there and my stomach is just in knots. And there's nothing I can do. And all I keep thinking is about like all the hours I planned on sleeping that now and the dog is just licking her fucking paws. And I woke up and I find, you ever just been in pain, so much pain that it exhausts you and you just go to bed anyway?
Yeah.
And the ache went away and I woke up, it was 8:30 and I was like, no. I was supposed to sleep forever. But I'll be honest, I'm going to have another bowl later. You got to clean it out.
But you have a night shoot, so it has to be a lot later.
Get flat. No, I can't be like on top of someone like, I have gas. Please don't touch my tushy.
No. So as a reminder for anyone, it's very brief. Kashi Go Lean Crunch, Iliza had an experience years ago, and we Googled. Years.
That we all remember. Yeah.
That we all remember. And we Googled, we're like, what is going on here? And we found like bodybuilder forums where they're like, we eat Kashi and just like shit ourselves. Like it's a known internet phenomenon.
You can only have the perfect serving size. If you have any more, it will wreck you.
Yeah, it's like the sugarless Haribo gummy bear thing where people are like, I ate it and my intestines came out my butthole.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Gelatin in any form. But anyways, it happened.
It happens.
And then this morning I was like, something's not right. So I grabbed a big coffee from the lobby.
That doesn't help.
I had to move it through.
Well, let's not have it move through during this podcast. Let's go ahead and do our other confession. You know
but
what?
Wait, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
because there was something wrong with me this summer, and I got like really like my stomach. I don't have stomach problems, and it was bad enough that I got scared.
When you had your worms, maybe.
They were not
your
worms.
Hookworms.
I showed the doctor, and he was just, I forgot what he said, because once you hear it's not cancer, you're just like, I don't care what the answer is.
Right.
I saw a really great doctor here in St. Louis.
Oh, good.
He was Dutch. So I trusted him more. And I said something, I was like, both times I got really sick, I had like a really fatty steak. And like, I was like, is it possible that like I've gotten older and like my body just can't process meat the way it could? And he said, no, because the gut doesn't age. Everything else ages in your body. And I was like, that's interesting. People are like, I can't do dairy anymore. It's like, counterpoint, you probably couldn't do it before. You just didn't notice it. But he said your gut doesn't age.
Oh.
I thought that was interesting because we all just think like, I don't know, like if you can't process sugar, if you feel shitty, I don't think that has to do with your gut as much as other systems in your body. So I thought that was interesting.
That is.
And he's Dutch.
Right. Okay. Let's front load confessions. Let's do some other people's now that you've shared yours, because we have an actual, not a crime. Well, I'll let you weigh in. I scammed Broadway. My confession. Please keep me anonymous because the theater community is extremely small and my name is so unique. Ooh. I wouldn't be able to hide. Call me Tina. Hello, gang. Longtime listener. First time writing in. My confession is still going on, so please do not release this until after August 13th.
Okay, you made it by the skin of your teeth. I'm taking a picture of my coffee for our Patreon.
Okay. So the Tony Awards were this past June. I entered a contest that was to win a $100 gift card to any show on Broadway. All I had to do was put in my guesses for the Tony Award winners. I'm a frequent theater goer and have seen mostly every show from last season. Well, I got the most predictions correct and won the gift card. But you see, I also work at a regional theater in the box office. I know how ticket codes work. I realized the Tonys gave me a promo code and not an actual gift card with a set amount of money on it. So every time I used the promo code, it worked on every order. I scammed Broadway out of $800 worth of tickets, 2 tickets each for 4 shows. My final show using this gift card is on August 13th and it's Hamilton. I'm so scared someone's going to catch me, LMFAO, but like I already saw the other 3 with no problems.
Why do I not understand what happened?
So they said, here's a $100 gift card. But the way they coded that gift card, it was just a repeatable code that this person realized because they know
so
the back end of the system that she could keep using it. So she probably used it. It applied $100 off to the first 2 tickets and then $100 off to the next tickets and then $100 off to the next.
Yeah, it's not great. The anarchist, the minor anarchist in me is like, fuck it. Get what you can. And then the artist in me is like, that's money for the theater. I mean, Hamilton grosses a ton of money, so it's not like an off Broadway thing, but yeah, that's illegal. But
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know that it is. I don't know that it is. If you found a promo code online and you used it,
that's
and
their
it's
fault.
Old,
you're not hurting an individual. And also, like, I don't know. I feel like we're living in this like unprecedented, or maybe it is precedented, but like grab bag of a rummage sale of like, get what you can, suckle from the teat of Amazon, get your discount. There's this commercial now for Amazon that's just Michelle Buteau's in, and it's just like, I love my kids, but I don't like being broke. So do everything cheap on your loser kids on this app. I get it. Get what you can. As long as you're not hurting, as long as it's a victimless crime and that you don't know the victim.
Yeah. Well, and then let's do a confession where we do know the victim. My confession. I work with a truly awful man. He is mid-50s and I feel just hates my existence. I will keep the confession short, but he goes out of his way to make snide comments about my appearance and my personality flaws. We have a big printer in the office where everyone prints their stuff. When you print at your computer, you go to the big printer, select your name, and print your work. Every day when I go to print, if I see their name with pending documents to print in the queue, I delete them.
I love that.
I know. When they go up to print, they look confused as if they forgot to press print and have to go back to their computer and do it again. I do this multiple times a day, and nothing brings me more joy than when there are 10 plus pages in their queue to print that they need to do all over again.
Oh,
it's a good one.
That's so great. But you'll feel a little bad if he shows any shred of humanity. And if he's just like, what's happening? Can you help me? And then you've got to help him. Oh, that's great. Also, whatever. Fuck him. That's great.
Okay. Someone said, was the confession last week, repeated on purpose?
I saw that.
And to that I say,
give me a fucking break.
we're over 350 episodes. Maybe it was, and I'm scared to check. I don't want to know if
What
I
was
was
the
wrong.
confession? Because as I was saying it, I was like, this feels like I must have said this.
Probably, but you know what? I messed up one time. Leave me alone. We
What
did
was
one
it?
repeated. I don't remember. I didn't want to look and be wrong. I'm going to be honest with you.
Don't look. On the one hand, it's like, wow, what a loyal fan. On the other hand, you're like, get a fucking life, man.
No, this is one of our friends, but
No, I'm just saying. I bite my friends.
I know. We had a follow-up
I
from
live for these.
Okay, remember the woman who had the moss agate ring that you were in love with?
Do you guys remember that? Beautiful stone with the bad settings.
Yeah, she's like, how do I tell my boyfriend, like when we get married, or my fiance, I don't want silver and I only want rose gold.
But also the bigger issue is if you're being proposed to with a silver ring.
Well,
No offense. Okay.
so she has a follow-up out of nowhere that is so much happening. So, update on the moss agate ring plus a bottom of the cob. Thank you so much for answering my question. It was very exciting, and I ran into my 15-year-old daughter's room half naked in excitement when I heard Emily start to read it.
Which half?
I know. That's how we hope all people listen to the podcast, just half naked.
Why is your left side undressed?
So the bottom of the cob leads to the update. My precious 2-year-old Maine Coon had been acting funny, and I took him to the emergency vet first thing this morning. He had a piece of thread anchored down in his throat, which we found out was attached to a sewing needle. My wonderful boyfriend had sewn a pocket for me in my favorite robe and then lost it. And we found it, photos below. And there is a photo in the Patreon in the Red Hot Update section of a cat x-ray with a needle in the cat.
Oh, here it is with the little thing. Oh.
He felt,
how weird. Oh, that cat.
I know.
Oh, that cat.
He's okay. He's okay now. But the boyfriend felt so bad he left work to sit at home with me while I anxiously waited to hear if they could remove the needle without surgery, which they did. Wonderful. While we were waiting, now Iliza, we're waiting. The cat has a needle down his little gullet. While we were waiting, I casually showed him some photos of inset rose gold moss agate rings and playfully said,
Like, now's the time.
These
You
are
almost killed my cat.
yeah, these are some designs I love for you for if you do ever propose, wink, wink, and mention the issues with the prongs. He just said, ooh, that's pretty, and didn't seem too hurt. In retrospect, maybe not a great time to bring up the ring when he's feeling so guilty about the cat incident.
No,
but
the perfect time.
right. Turned out fine. He can definitely take feedback. I think I was just being sensitive about him being sensitive. And yes, he insisted on paying the sizable vet bill. So might be another minute before I get the ring of my dreams. Oh, well, my cat is okay. And he now knows I hate silver and prongs.
Also, it turns out the ring was silver because it was a needle. Is actually nickel. That's your wedding ring. That's how much, that's where that money went.
Well, and then just to defend our listener, please don't give me shit for my purebred cat. I also have 3 rescues, so I'm not a terrible person.
Oh, God. People need to get over it. And can I tell you, there was a very brief stint in our lives that my father had a Maine Coon cat.
Were
dad
you
and
an
Barbara.
adult or a child?
I was an adult. I never lived with them, but this is probably in my 20s or something. And they got a Maine Coon cat named Maggie. And I brought it, and one day it was just gone. And I brought it up the other day. My dad goes, what a weird animal. And it wouldn't come out of the closet. And like just a man remembering an animal as bizarre and weird. And it's just huge, just living under a bunch of belts. And they had to give it away. They were like, this sucks.
I would love a giant cat, but imagine how much I'd be bullied if my cat was that big.
By who? The other cats in your house?
No, that one cat, that one big cat.
You would be in like a dom-sub relationship with a large feline.
I am covered in cuts. Yeah.
I love it. Bleed me dry.
Okay, we've done our follow-up, we've done our confessions. Was there anything you wanted to get into before we get into more questions? Anything you can say about your movie? Any updates on when we can talk freely?
You don't know what it takes to record an intimacy scene. And every time I say intimacy, I think I'm saying it wrong. Intimacy. You have to wear like basically a Band-Aid over your private parts. So I was in like, it's not a thong. It's like a Band-Aid that goes like over your frontal genitals, up the back of your butt, and like is like up your butt crack so that no one can, like none of your parts touch. And then the other person like bandages up their penis. So there's no like contact or friction. And then you have to put like a half deflated like Pilates ball between your private parts, like if you're sitting on top of them. And it's just you kind of like forget about it. And we were both just like very nervous because we were both just very nervous because we both wanted to look thin on camera. So that was an experience.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a whole person coordinating it, making sure everyone's comfortable. It was very sweet because the other guy kept being like, are you okay? Like, is it okay if I do this? And I'm like, I've had 2 kids. Like, I've had like a Caribbean nurse like wipe my butt while I'm yelling at people. Like, I'm not worried about that. I just don't want to look ugly.
Why was your butt being wiped?
You need help sometimes. You have a baby, you need help. I don't fucking know. Who remembers? I was so angry about being in the hospital. I was so busy telling them all the ways their hospital sucked.
In the hospital.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's not that kind of movie. Yeah. What can I tell you? Loving St. Louis.
Oh.
Loving it. There's about 10 people who live here. Mm-hmm. So there's really no traffic. You can just drive around and go to do things. And 20 minutes away only takes 20 minutes to get there. Not a big 20 minutes, 20 miles, whatever. Everything's easy. A lot of great restaurants. Everybody is so nice.
Yeah.
I don't even care how hot it is, even though I did write an entire scene that takes place at a barbecue with children.
Oh.
And it was a beast of a scene. And it's just a lot of fun. And I'm just very fucking excited for this movie.
Yeah.
We've eaten at some great restaurants here. Shout out to Wright's Tavern. And shout out to every place that makes a Caesar salad or a wrap in the greater St. Charles, Clayton, St. Louis area, because I've eaten there.
I also feel like I want to tell the listeners of St. Louis, I cannot overestimate like how fun it is to see your own town in a movie. I just went and saw Weapons, and one of the school in it where all the kids disappear from is 1.5 miles from my house.
Right.
And like a lot of the scenes, I can tell the neighborhoods they're in. They're filming at, is it supposed to be a northeastern town for Georgia is sitting in as a northeastern town.
Yeah.
And it is so fun to be like, I know that area. So people of St. Louis, come out.
That's how I feel about, and by come out, we mean stay home and watch it when
Stay home and watch it.
It is fun. That's how I feel about LA. Like we love referencing LA. Like, oh my God, it's on Cahuenga. And they said Cahuenga. Just so you know, for Weapons, the head of the makeup department, his name is Leo. He is my makeup artist on this movie. And so they all went to go see Weapons. And I was like, I'll pass. I can't watch anything about kids. A lot of fun here.
Yeah, it was good. But that's cool. That's really cool. Okay. Anything else we need to update the people on? No, I think we can answer their questions.
I've taken Pilates all around the city. I've taken Megaformer classes all around the city. Shout out to Jody at Healing Hamsa Facials. Go see her. She's great.
You're making all kinds of friends.
That's all I do. I mark down facials, massages. Oh, and go see Cindy at the Salt Cave. It's
What
somewhere
happens in the Salt Cave?
in like rural St. Louis. You go and get reflexology. You get a head massage. You sit in the salt room. She said I was so stressed. She came in on her day off to work on me to like finish the treatment.
Do you know those little stick things you can put on your head where it's multiple prongs?
Yeah. Why does everybody bring that up when I talk about getting my head
Because
massaged?
I'm going to say I saw a video of a baby getting its head pronged, and the baby's just like, and I was like, I want to feel like that baby getting head pronged.
People don't realize how many muscles actually like make up the external part of your skull and like all the muscles laying there and like behind your ears. And she got in my jaw and she was like, you're tight here, so it pulls your face down. And it's worth a myofascial cranial massage if you can get your hands on one or someone get your hands on you.
Hi, Liza, Emily, and crew. I am writing in for some big sister perspective regarding a terrible boss. I am 39, female. I was hired on about 2.5 years ago in a new role designed for succession. My boss had been there for 40 years in many roles and the director for a while now. She's an absolute...
Keeps it journey that long.
40 years and many roles that's...
Like, are you a wizard? Who has a...
She's an absolute workaholic, has dedicated her entire life to this job and done so many amazing things in her career. With that being said, she is an awful boss to work under. She doesn't trust her management team to make decisions, holds grudges, is absolutely a micromanager, refuses to try new things to make the program better, i.e. adjusting hours, trying new staffing patterns since we're short-staffed, and very much hates change and other people's ideas. Also, once she makes a decision about someone, she sticks with it regardless of reality. Just over 2 years in...
I get it.
Yeah. Just over 2 years in, she has barely trained me. She gives me little tasks when I offer to help on bigger things. She gives me little tasks, and when I offer to help on bigger things, she refuses to show me what she's working on. If it's not done exactly her way, then it's wrong. She's not officially announced her retirement, and I think she's changing her mind and trying to stay longer. The original understanding was she would depart in the spring of 2026. Because I'm in line to take her job as program director, I've been having regular check-ins with the CEO. I have shared my concerns about my lack of training, and she helps me to set goals and communicate with my boss better. Additionally, she meets with my boss and is finally pushing her to finalize her retirement date and set a training plan for me. She agrees that at this point, my boss will not change much, and we must navigate things best we can until she leaves.
In the spring of 2026.
Well, sounds like it was supposed to be earlier. Spring of 2026 was the original understanding, but now it seems like she's pushing back.
Oy. That's all she has.
I know.
Oh,
she's
she
been there
doesn't
40
wanna go.
years.
What's the
40
job?
Years. My frustration.
She's like, we raised tortoises, and we're each assigned at birth 1 tortoise and 1 parrot.
Oh, I want to do that. My frustration.
You'll have to will it to your cats because it'll outlive you.
I know. I do think about that.
Okay, please.
I have my check-ins with the CEO. She's very transparent with me. And mentioned to my boss that she likes me, but that I don't complete my work and do not work with enough urgency. This is a shock to me as she has never let me know that something was late or completely missing. She is blatantly lying about me as a way to excuse herself for staying longer. The CEO asked my boss for proof of this, so my boss forwarded some emails, and the CEO said to me she couldn't see any examples of what my boss is talking about. As far as my temperament goes, I am never the loudest person in the room. I think before I speak and generally have a calm, composed, professional demeanor. My boss's whole identity is this job and how busy she is. She works on the weekends and evenings, even though we are not a crisis program, so I have no idea what she's actually doing. When folks in the office ask how she is, she's always busy, busy, busy. She rarely uses her PTO. Think skipping visiting grandchildren because she's too, in quotes, busy. I know my boss is struggling to let go. Her identity is this job and how hard she works. If she starts to let me into her day-to-day or starts to share work with me, her whole world and identity change. This is unfortunate. I'm an incredibly hard worker. I could be really great in her role. The pay is good. It'll be even better when I move up. Because of this, I've applied for a few positions, but there's not a lot comparable out there. I mean, I get it. This person's so close to like a giant promotion, but I'm struggling with her rudeness, lies, and complete misunderstanding of me. I was always a good student. The thought of not completing my work is my actual nightmare. It's insane she thinks this about me. Any advice on how to get through the next year or two without losing my mind? It is so hard to watch our program not be its best because she can't adjust to new ideas. It drives me insane that she's deeply wrong about me. I know it's not entirely personal. She doesn't want to leave and would hate anybody taking her job. Crazy thing is, she hired me for this purpose. Help. Oof. I have had similar. This person sounds very similar to me, and I want to reassure you, you think this woman has an incorrect perception of you. She doesn't. She's lying for herself. She knows who you are. I had a situation at work several years ago where a person very high up in the company went to our company's CEO and complained about me and said I wasn't getting things done and that she had to step in and help. And that is because it was something she previously oversaw and did not want to let go of and did not want to feel like it had been taken from her. I was at a disadvantage because I never talked to the CEO. I'm not like ahead of something, and I'm also not in the office. So you already have such a leg up that you're meeting with the CEO, and the CEO is being transparent. The CEO wants you to take this role and succeed. The CEO knows your character, but has to handle this person who has given them 40 years of her life with kid gloves. I understand that she's like, I don't want to, this person is given us 40 years. It's all they have. I'm not saying it's appropriate, but I get why they're coddling her a little bit. But the CEO knows who you are and your boss knows who you are. She's just lying.
It's like that dangling carrot. And like, you don't have any, what's unfair, I mean, what's unfair is that you took this job to transition into the next job, and your date keeps getting pushed back. And so you have this carrot of like, if I just hold on a little bit longer, I can get it. And this woman could hold on even longer. Or it could be like a Devil Wears Prada thing, where like you think she's going to do it, but then she doesn't give you the job. And then I kind of forgot how that ended.
That she doesn't bring Emily to Paris?
No, it's the Stanley Tucci thing. Like, he thought he was going to move her up, and then he didn't. He's like, my time will come. I'm not a big believer in like, just hold on and pay your dues because someone will help you.
No.
I think where we draw the line is the lying. And so, but what you're up against has nothing to do with work. It's her and her insecurities and her identity. And it's so sad. You almost feel bad for her. I wonder if there's a way to, in front of her, I wonder if there's a way to meet with both of them and be like, I was brought here to take over a job. I want to learn from you. So if there are things like in front of the CEO, so this woman has nowhere to go, be like, if there are things that you feel I'm doing wrong or that are incomplete or not up to your standard, I want to get there. And she'll be like, I'm not here to teach you. You're like, actually you are. Like, I'm the new puppy. So just saying, like, putting it all out there, be like, and if you feel it's incomplete, I want to take that note. And I want to learn, like, make her sit in front of the boss, be like, this is what I want. I want you to show me.
Yes. No, I think there are two elements here also that could help. Number one, are there performance reviews? You know, I don't know if it's so new, you haven't been there a year yet. Are there performance reviews? Because that's what goes on the record. So you go by that. You don't go by her little gossip. But the other piece, I wonder if this would help. So let's say spring 2026 she's supposedly retiring. Can you work backwards from that? Because it sounds like you have ideas for changes that would improve this program. Can you work backwards from that and build out a timeline of how you want to start? If you were the program director, how you would start adjusting things? Because I think if you work backwards from, I need to be trained on this, we need to discuss this by this date, by this date, by this date, rather than this kind of nebulous, like, I'm retiring at some point. No, come up with a 6-month plan of what needs to happen. Assuming I'm transitioning into this role, spring 2026, here's what needs to happen in fall. Here's what needs to happen in winter.
But you do that and then they're like, actually, it's going to be 2027. I think you are owed some sort of, because you're just kind of floundering. And I wonder if it's, you know, it's sometimes it goes beyond like coddling. It's like, well, I'm here to do this. And you guys keep giving me these like start date blue balls. I also think you should take your boss out for a drink. Try to get to know her as a person, because right now she sees you as this like younger threat, but it has nothing to do with you because she doesn't want to lose anything. But I do think if there's a little bit of some sort of camaraderie between the two of you, then maybe she might loosen up a bit.
I will say, it feels bad to say, I go out of my way at jobs to befriend the women above me. I think it is a very important component that you don't need to think about with men. And I think it is not necessarily women's fault, but I think there is much more. You are competing. This new person is going to take your job. They have more relevant skills, especially as someone in like social media where like older people think like, you're coming in to steal from me.
Yeah.
You have to befriend that woman. And it's like, in a way you wouldn't with a man. Like, a man doesn't give a shit outside of work, whatever. You need to be there for her as an ally so that she will see you as someone she wants to uplift.
Maybe it's a generational thing, but really it has nothing to do with you because she doesn't want to go because then she's going to,
no.
She doesn't. So that's really sad. But those are the advice.
None of this has anything to do with you.
That's right. Or you're actually bad at your job. And you're not doing your work, and she's like, I can't leave my baby, this company, with this girl that's turning in half-baked emails. Who's super calm.
It was so calm. Hi, Area Crew and Hot Scotty. Been a while since we've got Shit Scotty shout out. I assume they meant hot because there's a period and then shit. Like there's a typo,
on,
but it's very funny. I am writing in for some big sister advice on meeting my boyfriend's family. I, 28 female, my boyfriend, 31 male, are going to his grandpa's 95th birthday party in September. I already am disliked by his family because I don't want kids. I'm politically opposite them, and I have punched his stepdad in the face for being a piece of shit to my boyfriend. That can't be the end. Like,
well.
I need advice meeting the family. I don't think they really like me. We have different politics. Also, I punched one of them in the face.
Okay.
My boyfriend does not enjoy being around his family, so we will be there to lean on each other. He's great about blocking his parents from me, but we are going with the extended family, and he can't realistically be a shield with everyone. And it's draining to request that for a whole weekend. The only reason I'm going is because he has a great relationship with Grandpa and wants me to meet him before he passes. Do you have any advice for being cordial and not making them hate me more? A little context on relationships. Mom was married, his mom, to abusive piece of shit stepdad who abused my boyfriend and still will on the rare occasions he comes around and no one does anything about it. Luckily, stepdad won't be here as it is not his family. It is the mom's family. Dad fully believes women were put on this earth.
That's weird. And it's his wife. That's the husband.
Who knows?
Okay, whatever.
Dad fully believes women were put on this earth to make babies and serve a man. It's obviously going well for him, and he's now been divorced 4 times. My boyfriend is a gentle giant and does not fit in with them, but will do his best to keep the peace for the short time we're there. He just really wants to see his grandpa, who was more of a dad to him than anyone.
Then that's what you do.
Yeah.
You know, I think sometimes as people who have more liberal ideals and you feel that you're fighting these demons, you feel that you have to go into battle every time and you've got to prove, and you're like, I'm here, I'm this, and I'm queer, and you don't believe this, and I'm straight, I'm standing up for these boys, these in this country, I'm doing it at this barbecue with a plate of potato salad. Just go. You don't have to, not everything, you don't have to prove what feminism is. You don't have to do anything. You just go, you're back up for your boyfriend, and you can just sit there and they will come up, they'll say hi. Nobody, normal people don't go into things looking for a fight. And it's a party, it's for the grandpa. You also do not have to fight your boyfriend's battles. I get that he's a gentle giant, but he is a grown man who can take care of himself. So you are there for his backup. If someone says something inappropriate that you cannot hold on to, then you're entitled to speak back. But think about, my husband always says this, and it like boggles my mind. Like, think about the outcome that you want. The outcome that you want is for all of these people to change how they are molecularly and like confess it to you and be like, you understand laws and you understand the dynamics of society better than us. Please teach us. It's not going to fucking happen. So you just go and you smile and you're with him and you meet the grandpa and you stay out of the way and you talk about the weather. You don't have to change the world at this party. And for the love of fucking God, do not hit anyone ever. Like, what does that get you? All that proves is that men aren't allowed to hit women. Like, it's so trashy. Don't punch anyone. When girls are like, and then I kicked him in the nuts. And you're like, cool. He could murder you.
Right.
Like, it's not a flex to hit someone bigger than you. And because they are not crazy, they don't hit you back. I just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Be cordial. Don't give them anything, really. Just don't engage. You're there for grandpa. You're doing this for grandpa. You can do it for a day. It'll be fine.
Everybody goes into things thinking, only liberal people go into things thinking like, I need to stand up for everything at all time. People who are more conservative don't tend to do that. They just kind of are like, they're there.
They just wear their hat and their shirt and their...
Don't give them a reason to think that you're like unhinged. You're just there for him. Sit in the corner, sit there, say hi, be above it. See if you can have just a normal, nice conversation. See if you can connect on something else.
Yeah. We have a follow-up on a confession.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
Maybe we have a follow-up on a confession that I want to share only because I want to give everyone a time to defend themselves when we pass judgment on them. And this person said, just heard my confession about sucking my thumb on bidet your time.
This is on you, Emily, because you're the one that was like, the teeth are going to get fucked up.
I know. That's why I'm reading it. And definitely should have added, I do have great teeth. No braces, no overbite.
No braces.
to write in to let Emily know no dental crime committed here and prove Iliza right that I would write in. Thanks for reading my confession. Now, to add justice to this.
Just a sprinkling of justice.
To add justice to this, I was at the dentist 3 days ago, and she was like, your teeth on the bottom are kind of crowded, the hygienist. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So mine are crowded. So yours are perfect and mine are crowded. Question.
No, we haven't seen her teeth. We don't know that. She
could be lying.
Well, they just may not be like super fucked up. My teeth are crowded because I have a small little raccoon jaw. And try as I might, Invisalign as I might, they're still crowded. But it's not as bad as it was.
Because they were doing the flossing. They're like, it's hard to get the floss in there because they're close to each other. They're going down and cutting into my gums. And I'm like,
gummy bears in between your teeth.
She did find, I went to 2 movies on Sunday and this was on Tuesday, and she did dig out a piece of popcorn kernel out of the gum.
I hate your lifestyle. I don't agree with your lifestyle.
How about this? Love the podcast and the big sisterly advice you give. Please keep me anonymous. I'll be returning to work in a few weeks after an extended leave, but I will be coming back separated and in the midst of a divorce.
I'll be coming back as a man.
That's a good, big change.
Big change. Coming back, what did I say?
In the midst of a divorce.
In the midst of a divorce, okay.
I haven't seen my many coworkers in months, and I'm sure they'll ask how I'm doing and about my partner. I don't want to share personal details, but I feel like I'll need to acknowledge such a big life change. I also don't want anyone to feel bad for me, so I'm looking for a lighthearted way to respond, something that might keep it breezy, subtly set boundaries, and shut down follow-up questions. Any ideas? Thanks as always for the laughs. Your podcast has been a constant source of enjoyment during this unenjoyable time.
Bob and I decided to separate, and we've both never been happier. And just say it with a smile, and people will be like, oh, great. And you'll be like, yeah, it was really, we're better friends now than ever. That's it. Once you tell people that you're better friends now than you were when you're married, once you let people know that, like, it's great, like, it was, you know, we get along so much better now or whatever, say it with a smile. Yeah, we actually got separated. I know it's a crazy thing to say, but it was a long time coming and we're doing great. Like, whatever it is you say it with, like, a smile and a period. That way they know it's not a ...
I think delivering any of it with a smile, if you're even just like, oh, if they're like, how's Bob? You're like, well, we got divorced. Anyway, how was your summer? Like, I think that people are not going to, unless you put out vibes of like, we got divorced. What am I going to do? If you're just like, we got divorced and then I went to hike a mountain. How's it going? Like, they're going to move on from that unless they're super awkward.
You know what you could do? Be like, how have you been? Be like, great. Bob and I had been in the process of separating for a while, and these last few months we finalized it, and it's just a weight off both of our shoulders, and I'm doing great. You know, like, and then just move on. I'm like, oh, are you doing okay? Be like, yeah, I'm great. And then change the subject. People always want to talk about themselves. Change it.
I had a friend tell me that they had gotten a divorce, like we hadn't talked in a while. And I was just like, oh, good. Like, I was just kind of like, oh, great. Yeah, I was surprised that you were with him. And I don't think anyone likes that.
That's funny. You were always better than him. I also, like, I'm such a whatever works for you kind of person. Like, I don't really want to talk about it. And people are like, yeah, I got a divorce and I'm doing great. I'm like, great.
Great.
If you're great, then I have no follow-up questions.
Very rarely, especially someone, if you only know one person, then it's their partner. Like, unless you're both friends, very rarely it's like, oh no, what happened to Bob? Oh, what's up with it? It's like, I don't care. I don't care about my coworker's husband. I could not care less.
That's the other thing. Nobody cares. You just don't want to have to explain yourself. Right. So I'm saying, do it with a smile, be definitive, change the subject.
Yeah. Hey, Iliza, Emily, and Hot Scotty, longtime listener, longtime lurker, first time writing.
Wait, do these look like my boobs? Does this look like boobs?
Something would have to be very wrong. They're lumpy. Oh my God, you know what I'm so proud of related to that? I was cutting a clip from Species, you know, the movie with Natasha Henstridge where she's an alien that has to mate.
Oh, yeah.
It's her birthday today, so I'm posting it on Scream Factory. And I've taught myself how to blur because I had to blur a nipple in a pool scene. And I figured out I made a little circle blur and I put it right on there. And I was like, look at me go. I'm an editor.
Here's what you do. You use the tool, you take it out so it's just white, then you insert the nipple somewhere else in the scene, like in a tree.
So it's not inappropriate.
Find that nip. Okay, sorry, you were saying.
Okay, no, we're doing a new question.
Okay.
Husband and I have been married for 2 years this fall, engaged in 2022, started dating fall of 2021. In the beginning, I always thought we were on the same page about stuff, shared opinions about a lot of things, but not always about the same people. In short, there have been a small handful of people he lobbied for defending or keeping in our lives as friends, even if they gave me the creeps or directly said hurtful or harmful things to me. This summer, he's still doing it by telling me, oh, we're probably going to run into so-and-so at this event in July. You should probably prepare to bury the hatchet with her. Or let's book a camping site with my childhood best friend and his wife, who he knows makes my skin crawl. Background context.
The wife makes your skin
No,
crawl?
I would guess the best friend. So the context on these people. Person A got super drunk last summer, became verbally abusive toward me on a camping trip. We were both sober, and she got super drunk. She became super drunk, became verbally abusive. We were both sober, and the husband even had to finally step in. Oh, I guess our question asker and the husband. And tell person A to cool her jets, and we retreated away from the campfire for the night back to our own tent. I've been avoiding this person ever since. Person B, his childhood best friend, and C, friend's wife, have a murky history because they had a really rough parting of ways with my husband when they were roommates, accused him of stealing stuff on his way out, and just left a sour taste in our mouths for a couple of years.
What if he did? What if he did it?
He then meets this random chick, person C, immediately wants us back in his life, invites us over for dinner and stuff, only to announce they're engaged and getting married after like 2 months of knowing each other. Did some digging, realized she was escaping 3 kids and 2 ex-husbands in Northern California. We live in Southern Virginia. Plus, all the thirst traps she posts online, Snapchats him, and weird convos we keep having anytime we're trying to hang out.
Snapchat your husband?
That's what I'm wondering. To top it all off, they're big potheads and we are non-smokers. I just don't enjoy being around them, and my husband knows this. Is he just the ultimate peacekeeper and I need to learn to let this stuff go? These conflicts over people always seem to happen at important crossroads, like, and Iliza, here's the real question, like when we are looking at homes to buy or planning big vacations together. Help.
He retreats back to these friendships, you mean?
He suddenly is like, we got to go get along with these. I feel like he's like throwing a wrench in. He's like stalling. It could just be me overthinking everything like I always do. We have yet to take the next big step in our relationship, which involves purchasing a home. Is this something we can grow past? P.S. Your Maryland show a couple years ago was en fuego, gave me chills. And if you ever come to Norfolk or Virginia,
Jesus, Emily.
or Virginia Beach, I volunteer to join your street team and promote the heck out of that show. Sincerely, anonymous little sis. My friends definitely listen to your podcast. Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. About person. Okay, there's 2 different things here. Person A is the one who was verbally abusive to you. Would love to hear what those words were.
Was drunk because and got verbally abusive.
Yeah, but was it personal or was it just like, shut the fuck up? But fair. That's A. B, I need more information on this Snapchat of it all.
Yeah. Who are they?
Something's going. But let's say it's a group Snapchat and it's whatever. You should judge this person. You may not like the caliber of person, but if it is just a weekend, a night, whatever she's escaping, whatever she's doing, it actually has nothing to do with you. Have you personally, has she been rude to you? Like as a person, let's pretend her kids... I'm just saying, like, do you know the whole story? Is it she had to leave the kids? The husband was awful. Like, there might be more there. And okay, whatever.
No, there's a lot of moving parts.
It's also, you're spending 48 hours with this person, a few hours with this person. You don't have to buy a home with her. I'm just saying, like, is there enough there that you can just deal with it? Or do you really hate her? Like, I'm just trying to gauge, are you just judging her? You don't like her. She's not your type of person, but is she fine to have a meal with?
So here's some additional context, Iliza. The subject line of this email is trying to buy a house, book travel plans, but big arguments arise. Is husband stalling or something deeper lurking here? I think it is less that these particular person A, B, and C are kind of blah, and more that her husband is continually throwing, or her boyfriend is like, I don't know. I would be annoyed.
Is her boyfriend or her fiance? Like,
her fiance.
Her
Sorry, her fiance.
You guys are not married?
No.
Oh,
no. I'm sorry.
Something's
they
up.
are married. I screwed up. I'm sorry. They're married.
Okay, listen.
They've been married for 2 years.
You don't have a home. But so you're saying both times this is murky, and Emily, you need to produce this better. Are you saying both times you've tried to buy a home, the husband has been like, this weekend we have to go on a camping trip. Like, what is it that you're saying here? And why am I the only one not getting
So
this?
what she says, it happens at important crossroads, like when we're looking at homes to buy or planning big vacations. So it seems like
Yeah, but looking at homes
Right,
to
how long
buy
have
is
you
like a
been looking?
multi-month
Right.
thing.
I think it's just she's trying to move forward in her life with her husband, and he is being dragged down by these old people. And I think it's less like, yeah, there are people that we don't like that we put up with. But I think there is a concern, like, is the rest of my life putting up with people because my husband never takes my side when people are weirdos?
I don't have enough information here because I think you're conflating a couple of things. I think you are wanting to move forward in life and you're frustrated about the house thing because he can't commit. And so maybe you're attaching these other things to it. It feels like a couple of different issues. I am shocked that your husband, I need to know what type of verbally abusive, because I think women use that word a lot. Like, my boss was abusive. They didn't say please. I need to know what you mean by verbally abusive, because I'm just a bad drunk and I'm embarrassed and I cursed versus like I went in on you. And what the bigger issue is that your husband's like, let's spend more time with these people
When he was there
who
for
were
this.
awful to my wife.
Yeah, that's, I
Right.
think, the
Did
gross
he jump
part.
in to defend you?
He did. It sounds like he did. She says,
I need more info.
But then he's like, well, you're going to have to bury the hatchet because she's going to be at this thing. And it's kind of like, ew. Like,
Tell you what, there's also like be the bigger person, just go, this girl's probably embarrassed. But just the idea that you guys are not fully aligned on stuff, and just the idea that you would say, this makes me uncomfortable. Like there's a difference between I don't want to have a dinner with someone and it's like, get over it, versus like what you're saying is, I am trying to move forward in my life with you, and you keep going backward to these relationships that do not serve either of us. And I don't think it's about being a peacemaker, a peacekeeper.
I think it's about having no backbone, and I think it's gross to an extent.
I'm not getting a no backbone thing. I'm getting a fucking deal with it. This is my boy. I want to hang out with him. So I need more information because I'm looking for some context clues that I'm not quite getting.
Okay.
So you got to write back in.
But right now, based on that, no, we don't think he's wanting to hang out with weirdos to keep you from buying a house.
I think there's...
But the fact that you
This is just
think
too
that's
muddy.
a possibility says more about the state of your relationship. Talk
And
to
by
your
the way,
husband.
the fact that I don't think you feel that you can, and he'll be like, you're being crazy, da 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 da. The fact that he is not honoring, and you also might be crazy, but the fact that he's not honoring your feelings and your marriage first, and it's like, you got to bury the hatchet. I also hate the you got to bury the hatchet, because men do that when women don't get along. Like, let's say it's all person A and you did nothing. It's like, well, you two better work it out. You're like, I was just there. Like, I am just as innocent and pure as the men in this. They always make, well, they don't get along. You're like, I just showed up.
Yeah.
So send in more information, please. A detailed transcript and video, surveillance video.
Surveillance. Okay, let's do Cobbs.
It's a talk with a cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
Okay, my bottom of the cob is I love movie theaters, and people there are so fucking disgusting, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everyone else being an animal. I did a double feature Sunday, and in the first movie, my audience was okay with your co-star Vanessa Kirby in Fantastic Four, and then I went and saw Superman with your other co-star Isabel Merced, and the people next to
Who's
me.
that? She
She was one of the children in Instant Family and is now Hawk Girl. She was also Dora the Explorer. I keep track of who you've worked with. So I sit down. It's a full theater. The person to my right is a man that keeps going and keeps going like this, flicking things
off his face?
eyes, out of his nose.
Oh my God,
flicking,
off his eyes.
Flicking. He pulled his knees up onto his seat and was picking his leg hairs and flicking them and
my
stroking
God.
his leg.
Stop.
And the woman to my left smelled.
Drink water.
So I'm sitting there in a reclining seat AMC. And I'm just like, what? They're not talking. Like, I can't say, hey, AMC, kick these people out. They're all disgusting goddamn animals. And then when I saw weapons, the people behind me had a full-on conversation about their rent. Now, I did not say anything to them simply because, and out loud, at this volume conversation about their landlord and how much they hate him. And now I did not say anything because I needed to check something for work because I snuck out during work to see this movie. So I was like, I'm going to get on my phone then because they're the only other people in this theater behind me. If they're talking.
Why don't you just move your seat, Emily?
Because they also were like a little bit funny. Like when Justin Long came out in the movie, they were like, this motherfucker. Like they were like a little fun for a movie that I was not. It was like an okay movie for someone to talk during to an extent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like have little things that they said about the white woman going into a basement. Like I was like, all right, you're kind of funny. But
Are you saying black people were allowed in a movie?
I did not say what race they were.
Yeah, you did.
I said they called this woman white.
Okay.
You know how white people love to point out that people are white. But but I just movie theater etiquette makes it really hard to go. Every time I go to the movies, I'm like, who's going to sit next to me? Who's going to pull out like a meal?
Yeah.
I went and saw a revival of Cruel Intentions in LA. It came back to theaters for a night. 2 white women came in with full like fried rice meals that they ate out of takeout containers. That has a smell like. Get out of here. I open my candy before the movie starts so that I'm not rustling bags. Stop. It's really upsetting. That's my bottom.
Is it? Who said? Oh, Sartre said hell is other people.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like every time you leave the house, you're flying, you're in an airport, public transport, like you're just dealing with other people. And you can't let it change though. Noah is so good about that. Like other people's behavior, he's like, well, I'm doing the right thing. Like even if no one will see this dog poop, I'm picking it up. Like I'm always, and it makes me be a better person.
Yeah. WWND. Okay, our fan listener bottom of the cob. My bottom of the cob, it's related to kind of our question. Not really. My bottom of the cob is multiple people have been asking me if I'm retiring. I am leaving my job at the end of the month to be a stay-at-home mom and work part-time as a teletherapist. I'm telling my patients my last day, and 4 of them have asked if I'm retiring. I'm 37. I know I look my age, but I didn't think I looked 65.
That's a weird question. You're like, yeah, I made so much money from being a therapist that I'm just living lavishly.
Also, I get it's like a little offensive. Like, no, I'm not retiring. I'm going to go do actually 2 jobs, my children and telehealth. But thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of telehealth, BetterHelp's always there for you, and they sponsor our share. My bottom of the cob, and this is, I'm really biting the hand that feeds me here.
I know.
And it's going to upset people.
I know.
But I'm just going to say it. I don't like St. Louis barbecue.
Oh.
And I know you guys like live and die by this, and I know that some states, like it's your whole identity.
Don't they have a thing where, are they the vinegar ones? Do you know what I mean? How there's like different.
Nope.
Okay.
That's the Carolinas. St. Louis barbecue is sweet.
Yeah, that's not your thing.
And it's not my thing. I'm trying to like look up St. Louis style barbecue. I mean, I love a spare rib. I mean, at least where we went, it was super sweet. And where did we go? Hold on, I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look it up. Pappy's Smokehouse, right? So like 1 billion people have eaten there. And it was really beautifully done, but I couldn't eat it because it was just so sweet. And I think it like ruins the flavor of the meat. And it felt bad. Like we got burnt ends.
Yeah.
We got ribs. And I just was like, I can't consume this. Like I don't eat sugar like this. I prefer a Texas barbecue. I just like some smoke and some salt. Anyway, I know that people really go to the mat for that. Everybody loves their local cuisine, but I'm just not I was putting like as much spicy stuff on it to cancel out the sugar. And people are just horking it down with full sweet teas, moving slowly in the sun. And I just...
That actually makes me feel sick to think about eating sweet barbecue in the sun.
Anything in the sun.
Eating a meat in the sun, except like a hot dog, is like...
It actually is attached to a second bottom of the cob, which is people complaining about how hot it is.
You've talked about this.
It is hot, and we shoot a lot of stuff outside, and it's miserable, but somehow because enough people, like when enough people do something, I don't want to do it. It's just like something that's baked into who I am.
Yeah.
I just refuse to complain about the heat. I'm like, think about your pores are getting clean, you're getting thinner, you're not eating because it's so hot.
Yeah.
And it's healthier, right? When you're cold and it gets in your bones, like you feel disgusting because you just keep eating and you just take whatever. People just complaining about it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm from Texas. I live in California. Like things get hot. You don't want it to be hot? Quit airdropping your fucking toilet paper to your house every day. Talking about emissions. Talking about helping contribute to climate change. As I drink from a plastic cup.
Top of the cob. Mine is, I can't reveal anything, but I will say Iliza has talent on this movie. Talent. And she Make-A-Wish
That's your
FaceTimed
top?
me this week with a man who I had a picture of him on my wall for a long time that I printed out on the
Couldn't we
family
just say
printer.
it?
I don't think you've
think we
announced
could
it.
just-
No, it might be part of the. I'm thinking of your PR team who might want this as a exclusive. I can't say it, but we'll say it. I had a printed out picture of him taped to my wall with like Scotch tape. You know what I mean? Like this was not like I printed it. I picked it and printed it myself. Anyway, Iliza FaceTimed me with this man. And clearly directed him to be nice because he was so nice.
No,
he's just that naturally
so
nice. He was,
and he's used to Comic-Cons. Like he's used to the petting zoo.
yes.
That those things are.
You know what? I have on the wall behind me in the room that we FaceTime from an autograph of one of his good friends, and I didn't show. It was like a child who brings grandma up to the room, like, look at my toys. He was so nice, and that was so nice. It was
cute.
so nice of
Emily
you.
was like a little squirrel that had like saved up nuts for the winter, and she wanted to give him a tour of her tree. She's like, no, over here I have this, and over here.
And
I
he
have
was
this.
really nice, and you were really nice. So that was my top.
Just in front of him.
You were pretending.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
He is so much bigger in person than I
This
had never
hunk
seen
of a
his
man.
Wait, I'm just saying, hold on, but I'm not trying to get into like a weird
Okay.
sexual harassment suit. I'm just saying, I didn't think, you see someone's height online, you're like, whatever. He's so huge.
Yeah.
And we have a scene where we have to kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what it was. He has to like move me, and he kept picking me up by my armpits. And I was like, can you please, like, we're supposed to be the same age and like we dated in high school. Can you please stop picking me up like a puppy? And he's like, I'm sorry, that's just where my hands go. And I was like, pretend I'm a woman that you are attracted to, and please stop picking me up like a cat and put it like a toddler,
Right.
And like setting me down. Like, is this how you pick up your wife? Like, just by the armpit?
You need to now go do that to the young man on your set. Pick him up and scooch him.
The young man on my set is so much bigger than me.
Oh, okay. You
But I was
can't
just,
pick him up
regardless,
either.
No woman who's supposed to be attracted to you wants to be picked up by the armpits.
Right.
Like a
That's like
ragdoll.
you're being moved out of the way because there's like the cops are there.
Have you seen that? There's like a video of something like on an airplane, and like a guy is being shitty, and this huge guy just picks him up, and they're like, it's so out of bounds to like pick up another man like a child and move him.
It really is, but it's such a like, I think of when you have a pet and you do air jail, you're like, I'm just going to hold you in the air while you chill out.
It's so bad for them, by the way. Don't do that to your dogs.
No.
It's too much body weight.
Yeah.
Cat, fine.
Oh,
They have, like-
yeah, not under
They have
the-
like floating spines.
I know. Okay.
Floating spines.
A top from the community. My top is that I am experiencing more of my hair turning white, even though I'm turning 35 tomorrow. I can't dye my hair anymore and consider this a natural dye job. Also, I'm pretty happy it's starting on my body hair too. I've always had tons of dark, thick hair and can't wait till it lightens my arm hair.
Yay!
I love this.
You did it.
I found 2 white hairs on my head this week. I wish everything else would go white, bone white, like a witch.
Yes. What?
You're a blonde. You don't
what are your goals?
understand.
I am, and don't forget it. Did I do my top?
No, now you do your top.
Oh man, I have so many tops.
We got to close on a good one.
I want it to be a small, relatable one.
Okay.
You know what? Okay, here's a micro top. When you get a good, chalky is not the word, but like nutty, milky cold brew. Sometimes you get cold brew and you add half and half and you're like, this still kind of tastes a little bit like burnt coffee.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get a cold brew and you're like, it's like almost like the mouthfeel of a chocolate milk, and that's what I like. And in the lobby, they have Illy coffee, and they have like a bagged cold brew in a special machine, but they fucking nail it. And I'm a big independent coffee house person. It's just hard. It's so rural out here to find one that's near. And I've been trying my best, but sometimes you get one and it's just, ugh. But when you get a nice, chalky, milky, nutty cold brew, it just, I hate to say hits right, but it does. And that feels great. It does. I think the secret is milk.
Is there anything you want to promote? I want to promote the Patreon. Join up. We have bonus episodes. It's fun there. We enjoy it.
We love it, and every day more and more people join, and I try to make nice content to put on there. I try to share the coffee. I do have something to promote. By the time you hear this, my album of A Different Animal will be out. So if you're a big listen to comedy kind of person, you can check that out wherever you get your music. from my Amazon Prime special.
Good.
I mean, listen to this podcast only, but then also go do that. And somebody just sent me an email saying that they're having trouble.
I just
Although I don't know how this-
forwarded it to you to give to your team.
You forwarded it to me. I found tickets to your show in Ljubljana on scrolling down, but not for the one in Zagreb. I don't know, or this person got it wrong. Anyways, go to iliza.com/tour for tickets. And if you have an issue, continue to forward the problems to Emily. But the European tour is selling so nicely, and I'm so excited. And I will be there very soon. A month from now, I'll be there. So if you live in any of the European cities, go to iliza.com/tour to see those cities I'm going to in Eastern Europe. And you have dope recommendations. I'm trying to spend like 2 days in each city. Hit me up.
Okay.
Hit me up.